unlimited amount of pixels, so we can't really even check them. Let me bring this up. Now what I'm going to do is let's take the notes on this paper and then we'll try to get, not that one, there it is. There it is. On a blank one. Is to develop, I wrote down on the paper some of the things that we want to do and try to then get it to a place where we can plot the points and obviously you saw that we can actually make it work. Well, here's the idea. See what I mean? There's no pixels, so there's not even any space until we go get, see now this is 2007 version of Excel and what we were working on over there. In fact, this has just been updated because when we did the Stravinsky's it was 2003. They just changed this because a week ago it wasn't 2007.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so it's 2007 and I have barely worked with 2007, but it's got to be the same anyway. So someplace up there must be a button that makes a graph. Not that I see it right now.
Data.
I'm sure we can find it here later when we need it.
It's going to be in data.
Okay, so it's in there, right? So what we need to make the graph is two columns. We need a column for the x and we need another column that holds the y. And then we can do a scatter plot on those two things and it'll put those dots. Well, what we were doing is in our computer, we tested that dot and did a loop and it was either true or false. And if it was true, we turned it on. If it was false, we didn't. And we tested this one and then we tested this one and we did all that. And pretty soon we had that built. Well, Excel can't test those pixels. So here's another idea. How about we still in our mind define this shape because we know it's going to be within 2 and -2. I can get Excel to pick a random number. If Excel picks that random spot, is that one in the Mandelbrot set?
No.
No. So if it randomly picks one and it's not in the Mandelbrot set, I want to have some column here, like maybe W column, that says false. And then let's say it picks another one. Picks it right here. Is that one in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do a decision, an if statement basically. So I'll make that one true. Well, let's say that one, okay, that's about -0.2. So let's say that x value, that a plus bi. Let's say the real value was -0.2 and the imaginary value was up about 0.4 maybe. So if this was true, what I want is the -0.2 there, and I want the 0.4 there, and then I can and then I'll fill this down 50,000 times, and it will randomly pick all kinds of dots. And I'll put a little decision here, and a whole bunch of them will be true, and a whole bunch of them will be false. The true ones I want to plot, and the false ones I just want to leave blank. So it will erase all. It won't plot all the ones that are false. And it will leave the random ones that were true, and it will end up leaving the Mandelbrot set there. How about that for a strategy? Okay, try to leave enough space on your paper that you can put down. Now these formulas, Excel doesn't enjoy working in imaginary numbers. You can probably imagine that. Why would most people wouldn't be writing Excel programs in imaginary numbers? So we're going to have some issues with syntax, but that's what I want to give this to you for. So. Is there someone who would like to type this in up here so we can watch it happen? But, okay, come on up. Why don't you be the keyboard guy? And then everyone else can put it on their paper and maybe you can just look at somebody's who can go to lab. It's only going to take 10 minutes to type it in once we do all the thought right here. So in the very first box, in box A1, I've given the kind of the code or the thought anyway. We just have to translate that thought into code. We need a random number in that first box. Let's let it pick a random number. So in box A1, here's the Excel code for a random number. So you need, yep. And then open, close. Now, go ahead.
I was going to say, we're random integer.
Right. We don't want a random integer. Because if we make this, we're only going from -2 to 2, 2 to 2. There's only actually 4 random integers there, so we better go with decimals, okay? So we want to go ahead and leave it. Now that function actually picks any number between 0 and 1 in Excel. So it's going to pick a 16 decimal. So it's going to pick something like 1474294, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what that function is going to get.
Why are we selecting it between -2 and 2?
That would be perfect. So when we did our calculator, we did a